Hello, America, and hello, world. Good morning, Filipinas. Welcome to our The Teacher Voice. This is just an hour show that aims to give teachers the opportunity to talk on air about their unforgettable journey, their thrilling adventures, share their splendid wisdom to inspire and give hope to our listeners and viewers. This show airs by the Philippine Las Vegas radio station, located in the heart of Las Vegas, every Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific Time and 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And in the Philippines, it's Sunday, 10 in the morning. I am Teacher Judy, your host, and my co-hosts for tonight are Teacher Pacita Ross from New York,
Hello.
and our dear Tita Josie Harrison from Las Vegas. She's here. And tonight we have a very special guest from the Philippines that is going to inspire us and inspire the teachers, the students, the listeners, the parents. But before we will proceed, Tita Pasit and Tita Josie, maybe we're going to greet our teachers,
Oh, yes.
mga co-teachers natin doon sa
Yeah.
Philippines and over here and the four corners of the world. Tita Pasit?
Okay, yes, absolutely. Magandang araw, magandang gabi, magandang umaga, wherever you are, mga fellow teachers ko. And we'd like to bring you this inspiring episode today. Marami kayong matututunan, like always. And then we would like to commend you for all you do for our children, our students, at sa ating mga community, and for the entire world or the universe.
Right.
Salamat sa inyong mga ginagawa, teachers. Mabuhay kayo.
Hello. So thank you, teachers all over the world, four corners of the world. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time zone we are in
Yes.
today. But we want to greet you a pleasant Merry Christmas, even though the 24, 25 have not been here right now with us, in us right now. But we want to greet you Merry Christmas to all of you there in the Philippines and all over the world. Teachers, we're happy that you are here right now. Tita Josie Harrison from Las Vegas, would you like to greet our teachers?
Hello to all, and thank you for following us, and thank you for being with us tonight. Merry Christmas from Las Vegas.
Buti nakahabol ka, Josie.
Nakahabol si Tita.
Time.
Kamusta ang weather dyan, Tita, sa Las
Okay,
Vegas?
because I have a lot of workers. I have the landscaper. I knocking at the door. I have the person
Okay.
putting my lights.
Okay lang. That's fine. Pero ang weather, hindi. Is it cold
It's
now?
cold. It's very cold.
Very cold.
It's winter, all right, here in Vegas.
But don't tell me it's colder than New York.
New York.
Well, no, not really.
We are having here 48 degrees.
50.
I
52.
don't
50,
know.
kanina 48. Sa inyo?
Ewan ko, basta maginaw.
That's the bottom line. Maginaw.
Feel ni Tita ang ginaw. Cute siya magsabi, basta ang ginaw.
Basta ang ginaw.
Parang gininaw siya talaga. Okay. So, Tita Josie, we have a very special guest tonight
Okay.
from FEU2.
Yes.
Your alma mater, right?
Yes.
Yes. So, it's so good that you have a person from FEU that is going to tell us about her experience, teaching experience there in FEU, Far Eastern University. But before we will introduce her to the public, we're going to read first the very short bio note of this speaker of ours.
Okay.
Okay, let me begin. Okay. I'd like to disagree with you guys. She was from my university before.
Oh,
You will find out later.
Wow.
Okay.
That's so
Anyway,
cool.
yeah.
Okay.
It's with a great pleasure to introduce
True.
to you our special guest for tonight. Currently, she is a professor professional lecturer of the Institute of Education of the Far Eastern University in Manila, Philippines. She teaches English language and literature to college students, and she has been in many universities in Manila. She also works as a private research editor, a tutor,
Mhm.
a speaker, and English trainer for private corporations. What a
Mm.
life.
Tita
Okay.
Josie?
Josie?
And Miss Adolfo graduated with a double degree. Someone, it's too small for me. Um, double degree course, Bachelor of Arts in English and Bachelor of Arts in Education, major in English from Philippine Normal University. And
See? Normal.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's
it was
true.
a full uh,
Shed site.
JED-side scholar. She then
Uh-uh.
obtained her Master of Arts in Education, major in English, as a graduate school scholar from Arellano University, Manila.
Manila.
She upholds to the ideal that her role as a teacher is a catalyst of change. She has been giving free language and pedagogy trainings and seminars to public schools and state universities. She teaches with a principle in mind that she got from Henry Adams that says, "A teacher affects eternity." She can never tell where her influence stops. I love it.
Yeah, that's
Ladies and
beautiful.
gentlemen, our interviewee tonight is Miss Donalyn Adolfo. Good
Hello,
morning.
welcome.
Hello
Ah,
Good
po.
morning there,
Hello.
Miss Donalyn.
yeah, good morning.
Good morning po. Good morning from the Philippines, actually, and good
Yeah.
morning from the Philippines. Good morning po.
Yes.
It's glad to see you here.
And we
Glad
are
to see
very
you
happy
too.
that you graced our show tonight.
Right?
And feel free to answer your questions, our questions to you. And feel free, okay? We're not going to grill you here. Hindi kita i-barbecue. But anyway, so how's Philippines there before we will go to
Right now,
our
yeah.
proper interview? Maybe you can greet your friends in there.
Oh, hi. Yeah, Philippines is really like doing good. Well, as of the moment, everything is like returning back to normal.
Yeah.
And yeah. Yeah, I just want to greet my friends there in the US and also guys, of course, in the Philippines and all the teachers out there, my colleagues, and of course, like my students. Yeah.
Wow, that's so beautiful, right? So, Domi, I can call you Domi, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
okay, okay.
yeah, she loves that nickname. I said, "Oh, can I call you Lynn?" And she said, "No, you can call me Domi." Okay,
Yeah.
I will call her
Uh-huh.
Domi.
All right.
Domi,
Okay,
can you
nice.
tell us first where do you teach, what kind of level that you are teaching, and the experience that you have in teaching right now, currently
Uh-huh.
in that school? Can you tell
Yeah.
us?
Well, actually, I've been teaching with I taught in FEU 2000. I started teaching at FEU 2010 to 2015. That time it was like the implementation of K to 12, and that time we had to like the university, all the universities I think had to reduce the number of teachers, the number of professors. So I was one of the one who was you know who was not
Yes.
offered
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Okay.
to continue the job. So I transferred to Miriam College after that.
Oh,
And with FEU, and then I returned to FEU in 2019. And yeah, I've been working with FEU again until now, since 2019. And I'm teaching because CHED has like several subjects offered. It will be different ways of, different ways of doing it. It's more of skill oriented, and there's like some kind of radical changes in the CHED curricula actually. So
Mm.
I've been teaching like college academic skills in English. That's used to be the communication arts one, I believe so. Yeah. And then what else? Of course, speech communication. We still have, of course, the research But mostly general education subjects, like we have the culture ideas, culture, society ideas, and innovation. These are really new subjects that most people are not familiar with. Some actually are just implemented like recently before the pandemic, and some are still being implemented. And then also I am teaching also like teachers education
Oh,
majors
okay.
at FEU. I'm teaching, yeah, usually pedagogy, macro skills like, English, teaching strategies, and yeah, things like that. It varies every semester, so it
So it is
depends.
college, the one that you are
Yeah,
teaching right
yeah,
now.
I am teaching like college students of FEU, and from different courses, of course, because FEU offers a lot of courses. So that from med tech to nursing and
Mhm,
psychology and so on.
mhm,
And I'm also I do teach third year college students. They are like education majors, second year and
Mm,
third year.
okay.
Yeah, education majors and English majors.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's nice. That's nice to know. Tita Paset?
Yeah, so but your bachelor's degree, I think one are both in the lower, I mean, at least in the secondary level. Have you
Mhm.
tried teaching high school students before going to college?
Right after graduation, actually, I taught in elementary,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, I taught in elementary, and like I don't know if that I would consider it as a positive experience, but then it's just maybe I didn't have the patience for the kids. I think I
Oh,
love
okay.
the kids and everything, and then I was thinking to myself, is this what I wanted to?
Right.
Is this
Uh-huh.
what I really wanted to do? So I taught, I think, a year in elementary, and I also taught high school. I think, yeah, how many years was that? 1 or 2 years in Arellano University, a high school. And by that time, I got like promoted in a sense because I was offered to teach in the college of Arellano. So that's how
I see.
actually my college teaching career started.
Yeah.
But yeah, I taught high school and
Yeah,
elementary.
if it's not really meant for you, you get out of it and then do something that really is for you and that you can do really, really well. So
Mm-hmm.
for you and the students who would have maybe, because you weren't too patient, I mean, you
Yeah.
don't have that personal touch
Mhm,
regarding
Mm.
young people. Yeah,
mhm,
it wasn't fair for you and for them as well. So it's good that you
Mm-hmm.
you got
mhm.
out of it. Yeah, that's okay. That's
Yeah,
okay.
and also Tita Josie, like in your case, we discover right now that like Donalyn, she tried also to teach elementary. Kaya lang iba talaga. So Tita Josie, do you have something to say about this?
Well, it's just that I just want to share with you, Miss Adolfo, that all my sisters, there's three of us, we are all Far Eastern University.
Wow.
My
Mm.
my eldest had a degree in bachelor in education and commerce,
Mm.
and she works at the Far Eastern University accounting for 3 years.
Mm.
And
Okay.
then my other sister, she took criminology. Uh, and then your dear Tita Josie didn't graduate because she is a lembong, you know. So instead of studying and getting
Nandiyan
my
naman,
degree, yeah,
Tita Pasit, nandiyan naman si Limbo Girl, oh.
Alembong.
yung Tita Josie mo lumiko pa ganun.
Hindi, tita, nandun
Nag-graduate.
kami sa FEU that time, pero hindi namin kayo nakita.
Oy, nag-alembo nga, nawala.
I like the
Yeah,
word.
but
I like the
Far Eastern
term.
University is our alumni.
That's
And
so
in
funny.
fact, there's a doctor here by the name of Fabito who is holding a yearly reunion of Far Eastern University students.
Oh,
Have you
that's
attended?
cool.
Oh.
Tita Pasit, you need to go there also,
Yeah. Well,
right?
she
Yes.
always hold it here.
Mm.
But I
So,
cannot
Tita
join
Josie,
because I'm not
Tita,
college.
okay, Tita Josie, do you think ang mga teachers, because when we say teachers, we thought na kaya na nila sa mga elementary, sa, like that. But na you heard from Donalyn that saying daw parang iba ang feel niya sa
Not for her.
elementary.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
not
not
for
for
her.
her.
So do you have something to say about that kind of experience of teachers?
Well, I think you will not know until you're in it, Guyana.
Correct. That's right. That's right.
You think being a teacher, I got all the knowledge, I got this, I got that. But then when you are in that position, you will encounter a lot of obstacles. And then there are times you
Right.
can solve it, there are times you can't. You know?
Right.
No. Yes, yes.
A
Yeah.
lot of knowing what it is. And when you're in there, then you adjust yourself how to solve it, I think.
Okay,
Okay.
so I have a question. Yeah, I am very impressed. You're a professional lecturer, like you said in your bio. Now, my question is, in your many lectures related to the topic of education, which of those topics did you find are very popular among the attendees, which I believe are also teachers and educators? Which to them are very popular, you think?
Usually, kasi I think the public schools here, they have this yearly thing. I think I started doing this when I taught at PNU, because actually I taught at PNU for like 3 years. Yeah. And we had this kind of project that we give like free seminars and lectures and trainings, of course, to like public school teachers yearly. And it depends on the topic, but usually the topic will like from teaching strategies and teaching methods, and the innovation and how it changed,
Right.
how the students change. And I think it's more on, usually teachers would love to hear about student-centered strategies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's innovating. The times is changing. We are also like our students also are like, they are evolving. Yeah, you will see the change in the past, in a decade that I have been teaching college. I have seen like changes of students' attitudes, and then like that, even until now, like in the online thing, in the online
Versus,
learning. Yeah, it's different. So I think it's more on the student centered strategies. And yeah, they like to hear, and sometimes they would actually ask for the copy or for the PowerPoint, for the references, and then so on. So teachers would love to hear like those things.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like now, we are, and I think it's time that they really change their strategy. It's no longer teacher centered, but student centered. So it's more like knowing how to make the students work collaboratively, and independently. So that's a good thing for them to be interested in knowing, and I hope that they really practice it in their classrooms. That
Yes.
is
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
And Domi, I think sinasabi nila dito to all, this is the perception of many that teachers in the Philippines are considered internationally professional people, and they can teach anywhere. How do you react on that? Is that true?
During the time that I think we were talking about like the time that I couldn't be patient with kids in the elementary, so I stopped teaching. Actually, I stopped teaching in a
wow.
formal school. So what I did was I worked for a language center in the Philippines, in Makati. So I got to like teach foreign students from like different types of, from Indonesian, Pakistani, and then what else? Chinese and Koreans, of course, like that. So I think that exposure like made me think that I can like teach international, but because also the pedagogy of like in the Philippines in education, we are more on we are familiar with English language. I think that's the thing. And that's why, we can really teach different people. And Filipinos basically are flexible people. So we can teach anybody, like for teachers. Yeah, we can teach anyone.
right.
And I think most teachers, especially I really do like adore those who are in the public schools. that our
True.
usual, our cliche stories of public school teachers who will
Yes.
go out of their way just to teach. So
Mm-mm.
I really like those kind of stories. But of course, in my case, I'm not that kind of teacher. And I mean, I'm not in public school, so I don't know really what it's like to be in a public school, although I taught in state universities.
Which
So
is a public. Uh-uh.
yeah, of
Run
course, which is
by
a
public
public
too.
school.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, like of course the Philippine Normal University. So yeah. So I think yes, yeah, teachers, Filipino teachers are very competitive when it
Yes.
comes to like teaching, and we are like capable of teaching in the
So,
international setting.
right.
Yes.
I want
Yes.
to ask you something, Domi, because let's go back to your experience that you said hindi para to sa iyo ang elementary, right? Okay. What did you do? There are so many teachers that are going to watch this show of ours. What inspiration that you can tell to the teachers, like those teachers feeling that teaching elementary or teaching high school is not for them? What did you
Mhm.
do that you right now you're very successful in your career right now as a teacher, but what words of inspiration that you can tell to our teachers that they still have motivation, they can motivate themselves to go on teaching even though that this
Mhm.
part of your teaching experience is not good for you?
I, I remember back in 2000, when was that, when I took the licensure examination exam. I told the Lord that, Lord, if teaching is really meant to me, because honestly, ang teaching naman sa Philippines is like an always like the last option, kasi pagaling ka sa mahirap na
I
family, of
love that.
course.
Okay, go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Uh-uh.
And if you're, especially in Bacolod, like there's like the only available like state university for me there, for us there, is like Philippine Normal University in Cadiz, and the other state university like TUP, which
TUP.
hindi naman yung inclination ko talaga yung engineering. So
Mhm.
the only option for me during that time was
To be a teacher.
PNU, yeah, and to be a
Uh-huh.
teacher, and that's because that's cheap, that with a cheap tuition fee and all, and then like
That's
that.
true.
So
Uh-huh.
yeah, so I applied it when we moved here in Manila. When we transferred in Manila, that's where I took the risk of taking the exam, and then I was chosen as a scholar, and then like that. So I that time I was telling, I had this kind of like journey with God, that, Lord, is this really for me? Is this really my passion
Mhm.
to teach? And then so I took the LET exam. I told the Lord that, if this is really for me, then I would pass this exam. And
Mm.
then so I did pass the exam, and then that time when I started to teach elementary, I was telling myself na, "Ay, hindi ito yung para sa akin, hindi ito yung gusto kong environment. The kids were too noisy for me. Yeah, they were so sweet, and then things like that, they were so touchy. They were, kids are like,
Touchy.
Filipino
Mm-mm.
kids are like that. It happens to be a Filipino Chinese school actually. So parang but then I decided to stop, because I think this is not the passion. This is something, there is something that
Right.
that my
Right.
heart is craving for.
Yeah.
So I decided to stop, because yeah, I think that was Ma'am Pacita said a while ago, that it's not
Uh-huh.
fair to the kids, and it's not fair. Wasn't
Fair to
being
you.
fair to
Right.
myself as well.
That's
So
right.
yun, I stopped, and then I really prayed to God kung ano talaga yung calling ko. Yes, I know I am called to be a teacher, but am I called to be
Pero saan?
yeah, basically. And so I decided after that, so I went to like a language center. I worked there for like
Okay.
5 years. 5
Doon
years
ang
ba?
break.
Yeah, 5 years. So, nung nandun ako sa language center, there's something missing in it. Parang hindi ito din ang gusto ko buhay. Parang, yeah, I miss the formal setting. I miss yung formal setup, yung classroom, and then like that and all. Kasi one-on-one usually or private tutorials naman talaga, di ba, yung language
Sa
center.
ESL, ha?
Yeah, sa ESL. So, I decided to apply to be like, for like a high school teacher naman. And then, nung high school teacher, parang there's something in me that, oh, well, this time maybe it's the Lord's mysterious ways that I was offered to teach in college. And that's where I fell in
Oo
love
na,
with
oo.
teaching college na. Parang doon ko naramdam, this is the kind of satisfaction. Yeah, I do believe in God's will for my life.
Right,
So,
right.
yeah, parang doon ko, this is God's will for my life. So, because this is where I find my, like, peace. Di ba ganun naman yun?
Right,
You
right.
have to find your peace, and then the joy. The joy is something that you cannot explain. So I guess, yeah, that's where it started.
Oo.
But I think I really do believe I'm not into like discriminating like elementary
Yeah.
teachers. Ganun, no. But then
Of
it's because
course
everyone
not.
has a calling. Everyone has
Right. That's
passion.
true.
Yeah, and then that's what I always tell my my students, because they are future teachers, that you have to
Correct.
find your passion,
Yeah.
because yung teaching kasi is a lifetime journey, and people
Right.
who stay in teaching are those really called to be teachers.
Right.
Because if you don't have the passion, you wouldn't stay in the teaching field, especially in the Philippine setting. Let's be honest. In the Philippine
Yeah.
setting,
That's true. That's
it's
right. You're right.
difficult. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
So I think
Tita
that's the
Pasit?
journey.
This is a joke. Mabuti na lang hindi mo na torture yung mga bata. Kasi
Yeah.
sabi ko, you don't have the patience. But how long did you try to teach the young ones? Or did you give up so easily, like say
Quickly,
a
yeah.
few months lang? Did you not try to stay a little longer to really find if it is your,
I remember a moment ko actually doon, Tita Paset, is that yung mga cutouts na ginagawa ng mga elementary teachers,
Yeah,
yung mga nagka-cutouts na ginesign ko ng classroom, and everything. Parang sabi ko sa sarili ko, this is not what I want.
all right. Hindi
Hindi
talaga,
ko
okay?
ginesign ng classroom, and then things like that. But then I did really try my best, because like, that time, dun sa school na yon, if you were like a PNU student, if you were a PNU graduate, so much is expected on you.
Oh, yeah.
So parang, yeah, so much is expected on you.
I
Parang,
agree.
they would really like, they had this kind of standards when it comes to like PNU graduates. So
Sure.
yeah, I really
Yeah.
did my best, but then
Yeah.
I really waited for a year to just finish.
1
Yeah.
year. Oh, 1 year.
Yeah, a year.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying kasi nung graduate din ako, colleagues sa probinsya ako no bumalik from Manila, PNU Manila, bumalik ako ng probinsya. It was like I was a superwoman, a super teacher. They asked me to do this and to do that and to do maraming assignment kasi galing normal. Ang galing. Yeah, the standard is too high. Although, ayun naman, I have the passion for the young kids, for the, yung mga activities. So, I'm just okay. Pero, yun na nga, pinatatawad na kita or else, yung mga bata, kawawa naman sila.
Yeah.
Tita
Yeah.
Josie! Tita Josie! Yung experience mo sa teacher mo sa elementary, do you think mga best sila na mga teachers for elementary?
Teacher,
I
yeah.
remember that far away, should I say, from my life. The only thing that bears in my mind is that I had such a very good relationship with my physical education teacher.
Wow.
Because I was very, very much interested in being a part of the program, dancing, modeling. Naku, ang mama ko, sabi niya, tama na ha?
Social talaga.
Ang petticoat mo, tama na.
Social.
Kasi di ba pag Mother Philippines ka, may suot kang petticoat, meron
Yeah, of course.
yan ang gusto ni Josie Harrison.
So, Tita Pacita, that's why makikita talaga natin na ang success ni Tita Josie talagang sa mga social,
Ibang klase.
social, that's nice. I love that.
Sino gusto mong Mother Philippines? Me!
All right, let's be serious this time.
Okay.
Now,
Funny.
sabi mo, Domi, one of the jobs that you have experienced or you are now doing presently, if I am right, is being an English trainer for private corporations. Can you tell us about this? What do you do? and why do they need it? Something like that.
Mm.
Just tell us about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, it started, I don't know how it started. No, I forgot how it started. But I was just hired to like have this kind of okay. I was hired, I think, like to they need someone to they needed someone. I forgot the company, but they needed someone to train their employees to for like a business communication, and that
Okay.
was business letters and then things like
Oh, I
that.
see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, at that time I was like I think I already taught in FEU that time in business communication class, business communication subject. So I think that's how it started. And then like the people started to like invite me to like to give trainings to their companies, and just I designed their trainings, yung mga ganon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So until such time na naging regular siya, every now and then that company would call me because they have like a lot of branches. So they would call me to like give like English proficiency training for
Uh-huh.
engineers, English proficiency training for like for accountants, yung mga ganon. So, yun, parang I just designed the trainings. Yeah, and I think that's for professional growth then ng kanilang mga employees.
Mga
So, I
continuing
think, yeah, that's how it
education.
started. Oo, yung mga ganon.
Pero besides,
Mhm.
besides business communication skills, ano-ano pang mga topics ang kinakailangan ng ating mga empleyado sa mga private corporations natin?
Actually, at yung that time, parang 10 years ago, parang shocking sa akin na may mga, they still need this English proficiency training from grammar to like composition, writing composition, and then so on. If they really needed like a refresher course for that. So I think I did like for like 2 weeks with them, the 2 weeks training with them. So from the basics of grammar up to like that. And then also, of course, because maybe, English has become a global language and the need for it. There is really a need for a pressing need for it. So yeah, English speaking, of course, like that, speech communication. Yeah, for those call centers, I tried also to train in call centers actually. And then yung mga ganon. And then it's more on, but what I like the most actually, the teaching that I like, topics is like leadership skills. Because like when you're communicating, how should leaders communicate to their subordinates, things like that. And I think one is leadership and the other one is stress management skills.
Stress, okay.
Yeah, stress management skills.
Tita Josie, we need that.
Yeah. So yeah, so this the CEO of the company just asked me to can you include one topic for me, like stress management, so like employees will know how to manage their stress and so on. Yeah. So also I did like a personality training, like how to improve their personality, not only the way they speak, yung mga non-verbal cues nila, and then things like that. So minsan they ask for such topics, para isang bayad na lang kumbaga. So parang lang topics i-offer nila, parang isang bayad na lang. In a sense, para makatipid na lang sila siguro.
Natatawa ko dun sa sinabi mo, yung bosses nila, kinuha kanila mag-speak on stress management. Sobra naman yung mga boss mag-stress doon sa kanilang mga employees.
That's true. And also, Donalyn, we see that being a teacher, we have a lot of opportunities more than being a teacher in the classroom, right?
That's true.
Can you tell us how these teachers, whether you are in the teaching elementary or teaching high school or college, can you tell us some of your I will say encouragement to them that, hey, you should not just be contented in there. Okay, what will they do? What will they do? Kaya daming teachers tayo, nangangailangan nito.
Additional
extra.
right.
So, Donalyn, in your life, very good ito na mga stories mo na
Yeah.
maka-inspire ka din sa mga teachers. Paano nila maka-start off sila?
Mhm. Ako kasi, I think everything in, well, I'm not really a perfect, a faithful Christian for, but then kasi everything in my life is like, it rooted from the idea that I am called to be a teacher and God called me to be a teacher. And I think that, that I think that's where it's really, and I really sought the God's will for my life, in a sense that if this is the place where God want me to be, and then things like that. But because in a sense, if you are called, it must be that God put you the passion, or also put you in a passion. And in my case, it's a passion for teaching. And not only that you have that passion, but also you have to yearn for a professional growth. You are not doing that only for, not, to get another degree, or, for your paper qualification and so on, but you're doing also for your students, um yung pagiging teacher kasi, it's also like, it is a responsibility, it is also an accountability. So all those students that I handle in class, I believe that I am accountable for them before God. So ako ganun yung lagi kong yung thinking. Some you can show them like, a kind of love you have to, a kind of love to students. Like there are students that they really need tough love, or the radical love, yung ganon. And, and some are just really hindi ganun ano yung demands. But for me as a teacher, you have that kind of passion, and also you have to yearn for professional growth. And you have to find joy in teaching as well. Because I think in any kind of job naman, and if you are not happy with that job, then you are not going to stay in that job. Yeah. Sometimes we don't realize how we affect the lives of these students. We affect them in so many ways, and sometimes those kind of influence they have it all their lives. So it's a big responsibility. It's accountability before God, that you are, you that these students were like, God entrusted you these students, and you have to do something about it.
Yeah.
And that's part of the job. Because I think in that, if you get a deeper meaning, if you understand, if you get to understand the teaching is meaningful, the teaching it's a commitment, it's also an accountability, you will get to realize the purpose in the life. I think, I know it's a cliche that people would say that teachers are noble, teachers are like that, these public school teachers, they are like that. But then actually, in our personal ways, we have to discover that kind of passion, that you are not only working. Ayoko kasi maging unfair, kasi baka sabihin nila, kasi mataas ang sahod mo kasi sa public school teachers, which is true naman kasi I'm teaching in the university. But then yeah, kasi ganun yung pero kasi ang passion kasi, it's not just with a meager salary that you're receiving, but of course in that you are also happy with what you're doing, that you are called for it, that you are accountable for it. Kasi diba parang in a Philippine setting, because I have friends in teaching in Japan, teaching in Vietnam, and so others, and of course teachers in the US, where they have all this kind of perks and like that Filipino teachers don't have. So, but then I always believe that at the end of the day, you are fulfilling God's will for your life. If you are called to be a teacher, then you're happy, you're passionate, you're accountable for each and every student that comes in your classroom. Yeah, and that's
But
very, I
Donalyn,
think.
there are some teachers. Okay, I see that there are some teachers. I will go back to that questions na ano pa ang magagawa ng mga teachers besides sa kanilang classroom lang. Mayroon pa ba
Or,
sila?
or
Diba?
what I think what Judilyn means is, how can a teacher market herself or himself para gaya mo, ikaw kasi you were offered this and you were offered that, kaya ka nagbigay ng, how are they going to market themselves para hindi lang sila na-confine sa classroom, kundi they can do something else, like maging lecturer, maging trainer, maging something. Yeah. How do you do that? How do they do that?
I think networking. It's like, networking is always like
Yeah.
networking
Okay,
in a
Right,
very
right.
sense
good.
that
Very good.
you go to, you have, well, part of the professional growth. I think for teachers should never stop, learning, should never stop studying as well, because you're catering to to evolving students, right? So maybe you can like go to graduate school. Yeah, and graduate school, because it's not for paper qualification, but it's also for your professional growth, and also for, for yourself. You're not only doing it, just to get a promotion and then like that, but also for your growth. We should never stop studying as well. And also, yeah, yung mga organizations that,
Yeah,
mga reading organizations in the Philippines,
that's
you
true.
can join them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and there are also like yung sa mga Facebook groups, actually, yung
Correct.
mga, there are a lot of good, yeah, yung mga ganon. You can join those Facebook groups, and like, what do you call that? Really have an open mindedness that you can really grow in your field, and like that. And ako kasi dati, whatever offers to me, I just accept it. I just grab
Oh,
everything that
okay.
is
Mhm.
offered
Yeah,
to
yeah,
me.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And
Don't
I
say
think that's
no
part
to
of the
any
growth.
opportunities. Right. Don't say no
Yeah.
to any opportunities. I am not saying that we the opportunities are all but in teaching, right? Like in your
Mm-hmm,
case, you're
mm-hmm,
just in
mm-hmm,
you
mm-hmm,
are a teacher and the opportunity came and you became one of the lecturers, you're
Something
one of
else.
mm-hmm,
alam mo
Yeah.
yun, oo. But there are
mm-hmm,
some opportunities for teachers too that are in other kind of
Other
business.
areas.
I
Uh-huh.
have a teacher
mm-hmm,
that
mm-hmm.
the husband told her to just quit because we're going to focus on our business that they
Mm,
found the business. It's an internet business, Tita Josie. And they have more money compared to teaching. You see, there are so many ways
mm,
for us not to just be confined in the classroom, but there are so
mm,
many opportunities. Many opportunities. In my case, Tita Josie, I was a teacher back home too, right? And then in here, nagpakayaya, nagpaka-made in Manhattan, alam mo yun. So, dito ko man na-discover na hindi lang pala ang teacher lang ako. Pwede pala ko kunti na negosyo. Kita mo, tita, hanggang ngayon wala pa rin pera dahil Jack of all trades si Tita Judy kasi. But anyway, Tita Josie, you have something to say.
Well, the only thing I
I
could
know ikaw
share,
negosyante ka rin eh.
yeah, I'm listening to you, Domi, and that's how I am. I don't have a bachelor's degree or master's degree, but
Mm-mm.
I tried all the position, a teller, a cashier, you name it.
Mm-mm. Right.
I was married to my husband, and we were stationed in Misawa, Japan. And being an American citizen, you cannot mingle with with the locals. So it's hard
mhm,
because the pay, the security, the insurance differs. So
mhm,
I did everything. There's a position for bartender. I know how
mhm,
to pick strings. I am
mhm,
so well
You
experienced.
did. Oh, really?
I
Okay.
did
mhm,
everything. I have no complaints. Say, oh, I'm not gonna do the job. No, I've learned. I am
mhm,
masters of everything, and I did good so far.
mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yes. Right.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Correct.
I think it's depend on the individual, like you. You
Mhm,
study, you master, you do this, and it's just
mhm,
right that you choose the position that you would like to do.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
More
Yeah,
power to you.
Right.
that's
Tita
right.
Pasit,
Yeah.
Yeah. With
one
Domi.
question more. We are now in
Yeah. Okay, Domi.
7:45.
Everything you have practically done a lot of things,
Mm-mm.
most things actually. So let's just look at the future in 5 years or 10 years. What do you think? What do you think will you be doing? What do you think will you be? Where do you think will you be in? Or what do you think will you be at? In
Mm-mm.
5, 10. Let's dream.
Oh,
Can you see
I,
yourself in 5 years from now?
yeah, actually, personally, I'm still praying for it, but then I want to go back to graduate school next year. I want to take my doctorate, and then maybe in the next 5 years I should be doing my dissertation, hopefully finish my dissertation. But then nevertheless, it's still um teaching is an oxygen for me. Like I
Yeah.
cannot, teaching is an oxygen for me.
Right, right.
So I think it will still be teaching, doing the same thing that I would that I love to do. But I hope it's more on like face to face na siya. Kasi mahirap magturo
I
ng
see. Yeah.
online. Yeah, it's a big adjustment really. Until now, I'm still adjusting because it's so hard. Like you the feeling that you're working 24 hours. Yeah, I think that would be the same thing that I would be doing. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
still
nice.
teaching.
The
Right.
passion
Yeah, and
is
still
there.
stressing
I
over grades.
Right. I hope that hosts in here of PHLV, Tita Josie, Tita Basit, and I, when we go back home 5 years from now, Tita, meron na tayong Dr. Donalyn Adolfo by
I
then.
love that.
All right.
Oh my
She's
God,
going
that's
to
an
come back
expectation.
here and we will say, "Hi, Dr. Donalyn."
Don't,
Right.
Domi, don't you consider a doctorate online? Marami na ngayon dyan sa atin sa Pilipinas.
Yeah. Actually,
Yeah, so
yeah.
yeah, don't
But
wait for the
then it costs a lot, so I'm still thinking.
all right. Okay.
Okay.
Yun na nga lang eh.
Yeah.
It will cost
Uh-uh.
you money talaga. Pero konti-unti lang. 2 courses here, 2
Yeah.
courses then. Konti-unti lang. Oo.
Paunti-unti. Right.
Yeah, oo.
For all you know, after 3 years, finish na ka.
Tapos ka na.
And then you will come back here.
3 years, yeah.
Dr.
Ayun lang.
Donalyn, we are here again interviewing you. Okay.
You are
So
young.
thank you
So,
very much, Donalyn. And
Yeah.
nagpapasalamat kami na pinaunlakan mo ang aming show to come here. And then we are very inspired of your story.
very happy. Yeah.
Very happy kami na we are very happy to hear. We hear your story, so very inspirational. And I hope that the teachers, your friends, families, you have to share this to them anyway.
And
Our
our
Okay.
listeners, I'm sure our listeners would have learned a lot how to, market
yes,
themselves.
to explore
And
yourself,
yeah.
not just
Mhm.
yeah, I'm sure
confining.
they did.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Mhm.
So very good. We are going to have our quotes and Tita Pasit first,
Yeah.
Tita Josie,
Okay.
and then Domi, and then Miss Judy.
Okay. All right. Now, this quote is from Abigail Adams, a first lady of the United States many, many years
Mhm.
ago. Okay, she says, great necessities call out great virtues.
Mm.
I was thinking kasi, nung parabang in the time of your, not exactly distress, kundi you are unhappy about your first, job.
Mm-mm.
But then you rose to the occasion, you stepped back and then did
Mhm.
something else. Kasi those something else that you're doing or you have been doing are now really your strengths. So
Mhm.
great necessities call out great virtues.
I love
You
it.
found
That's
it.
true.
Yes.
That's
Love
true.
it. Yes. Tita Josie?
Okay, mine is this. If you are not willing to learn,
Mm.
no one can help you.
Nah, that's right.
If you are determined to learn, no one can stop you.
Correct.
Love it. I love it.
Very
Yes.
good.
I
It must
love
come
it.
Yeah.
from you first. Yes.
I love that.
Dominant.
Yeah. For me, I think it's the same thing. I think that what I said, because I am an advocate of teaching. So yeah, by Henry Adams Steele, a teacher affects eternity, and she doesn't know where her influence
Influence
stops.
and
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I think yeah.
yeah,
So
very
Yes,
good.
that was
That's very
good.
true.
That-
Very, very
just
true. Yeah,
just to inspire all the teachers out
that's
there.
right.
Yeah, that your
Correct.
influence never stops.
That's true.
Uh-huh.
And also, I have this quote. Sometimes we don't, like in your case, you didn't know where to start, what to do, but as I seen you, you have a very huge faith to God, and you just live it to Him. So I have here. Sometimes we never understand certain things in life. We just have to leave it in God's hand and trust that He is doing what's best for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't even know
Yeah.
that why we are going through this kind of problems, trials in life. You
Challenges.
don't know.
Yeah.
But that for after a month, after a year, you will connect, and you will say, ay, ito pala. Bakit ako nag-suffer noon? Bakit
Uh-huh.
ako? Kaya pala, it's molding our values, our
Correct.
character,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
those trials in life.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Domi.
Yeah. Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank you. And
Thank you
good luck
very
to you.
much.
Good luck to
And
you.
Josie Harrison,
Yeah.
thank you so much. We miss you very much, Tita and Tita Paset. I
Thank
miss you
you.
both very. So I hope that we will, in 5 years from now, or who knows, even before that, Tommy, we are going
Kinabahan
to
ako dyan, ah.
invite you too. And also,
Wag naman.
wag
Wag.
naman.
Wag
And
naman.
also, I would like to invite your friends there, Domi, in the Philippines, and here our friends here, that on Friday, we're going to have our virtual caroling, Christmas
Mhm.
caroling, and I am inviting everyone.
I watch it. It's nice. Very
It was
nice.
nice. Oh,
Yeah.
thank
I was
you,
there.
Tita.
Yeah.
Thank you. You saw me singing. That's why you said it's nice, because I
Not only that.
right. Tita Josie and Tita Paset, they know that I am singing anyway. So
Yeah.
that was not just to make me
Yeah.
feel good. But they said that it was a very nice
It
presentation.
was nice. Yeah. It was nice. Yeah. Very
So
good.
thank you very much. And
Thank you very
PHOV,
much.
Johan, thank you so much too.
Thank you. And
Bye.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Maligayang Pasko at manigong
Manigong
Bagong-
Bagong
Bagong-
taon. Right.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Bye-bye
Dr.
now.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you
Okay,
very much.
bye.